This is the Honolulu Marathon. Along the south shore of Oahu, this iconic trail attracts novice and experienced athletes alike for a run through paradise. But in 1978, the marathon debuted something even bigger. A running shoe that would change the sport and the Apollo-bred engineer that made it possible.
Sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
In 1950, Marion Frank Rudy graduated with a degree in aeronautical engineering from Case Institute of Technology. Soon after, he moved his family down to California to start a new job at Lockheed and Rockwell. Here, he'd work on the Saturn V rocket engines for the upcoming Apollo missions, and on July 20th, 1969, Rudy's contribution would help land the first man on the moon.
On this July 20th, 1969.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Oh, that looks beautiful.
That same year, Rudy would retire and kickstart his career as an independent inventor. Over a 40-year run, he would create over 250 patents across several industries. One of these projects was an interesting idea for athletic footwear. The project started when his wife Margaret developed cramps in her feet while skiing. To solve this, he lined her boots with inflated pouches surrounding her ankles. Head ski boots liked the idea so much, they licensed the concept for their winter lineup that year. But Rudy knew his invention had greater potential. He attempted to use pouches as a support mechanism underneath the foot, and he wasn't the first to try this. At the time, several companies were already experimenting with fluids and footwear, but as Rudy would describe, the concept always fell flat in execution. When a runner's foot hits the ground, their shoes can experience a force up to 3 times their body weight. A normal pouch would push air away from the point of contact, resulting in a loss of balance and even pinched nerves. Ouch! In his patent, Rudy addresses this along with 15 other areas of improvement. Rather than a single pouch, segmented chambers would run from the toes to the heel in a way that paralleled the natural path of arteries in the foot. This would support the runner in all stages, from hitting the ground to pushing back off. But the biggest challenge was the size of the pouches. Soles on athletic shoes were already pretty thick, and adding a big pouch would just make them too bulky for running. But Rudy had an idea. From his time at NASA, he recalled a technique used to manufacture Apollo space helmets, called blow rubber molding. A small amount of melted rubber is inserted into a mold. When compressed air is introduced, the rubber takes the shape of the mold, while still leaving a hollow cavity. This same technique is used to create lightweight objects like water bottles today. Rudy used blow rubber molding to create a hollowed-out midsole for sneakers, where his new pouch could later be inserted. After making a rough prototype of the shoe, Rudy was ready to pitch it to the industry. Unfortunately, not everyone saw potential in his new invention. The unique design and manufacturing process would deter a total of 23 footwear retailers. But all would change on a Portland evening in 1977, when Nike co-founder Phil Knight took the shoes for a jog. He was instantly blown away at the effortless ride the shoes provided, and had to learn more about the tech behind it. Soon after, Rudy was adopted as an innovator at Nike HQ. After an intense year of development, Rudy's invention debuted as an industry-changing running shoe, the Tailwind, a sleek, streamlined silhouette that would influence the next decade of running footwear. But before that, it needed a proving ground. The shoe was released by 8 retailers in Honolulu, just before the annual marathon. By the time of the race, all retailers had sold out, and for the first time ever, runners experienced Nike Air. In December 2009, Frank Rudy passed away in his home in California. To this day, his legacy is upheld by his patents and the countless shoes supported by Air technology. In 2017, Nike debuted a shoe featuring no midsole, and instead a fully exposed air pouch to support the runner. The Vapor Max lives as an homage to the original air pouch and the Apollo engineer who made it possible.